Alright. Thanks, Cole. Okay, so, my name is Lou. I identify as non-binary, which I'm not going to talk about at all. That's not going to work his mouth. But I wanted to say it in the beginning, and I was going to maybe talk about my name change and decided not to, but I will say, if you've never had your name changed, it's a very interesting experience. It is. And yeah, so I am going to talk about how much I love dating butches. And I'm so proud to be someone who loves dating butches. Butches, boys, spelled B-O-I, masculine people, okay? Love it, always have. And there's a couple different reasons for this. One is that I'm assertive. I'm dominant, I'm told I have a commanding presence. And there's one area of my life that I want to be able to be a soft, tender little flower. And the only way I've ever been able to do that is with a masculine person. Now since coming, I meant to say, part of why I said the non-binary thing, since coming out, I've realized that it's not, they don't have to identify as a woman, they can identify as whatever, but must be masculine. And I'm also a pretty armored and guarded and private person. I don't know if anyone would guess this about me, since I talk about these very personal things at the show and in my poetry, but it's all performative. I'm deciding exactly what I want to say and how I want to say it. And in my relationships, I'm also guarded and armored and private. But over time, as they deserve it, I am able to open up and they can learn more about who I really am behind all this tough exterior. Another reason that I really like dating butches is that I'm a big decision maker. I'm constantly making decisions. I also want a place in my life where I don't have to make decisions. And I don't want them to decide like everything that's going to happen in our lives, but like where we're going to dinner, or like what we're doing this weekend. I want to be able to text and be like, what am I wearing, and what time are you picking me up? And then that's it. Then I don't have to think about it anymore. And the people I date really like doing this. They want to plan it out. It makes them feel like really cool. And I'm like, great. Perfect. The third of like many reasons, but the third I'm going to share is that I like feeling protected. So I like dating someone who I feel like is protective of me. Because I've been fucked with by previous lovers and strangers, and I just like feeling like whoever I'm with could just like kick some ass if they need to. Now, there's like really no instances in my life where I really need protected by somebody. It's more just a feeling I want to have. But I just want to know that if my honor needs defended, they'll defend it. And the other part to this is that dating someone that I feel is like assertive and brooding and kind of intimidating is also really hot. It's what I'm sexually attracted to. It's really the only way I know how to feel sexually satisfied. And I have dated butches since I was 15. And part of me always wondered, like, which is the first person I dated was Butch. And part of me wondered, am I so into butches just because that's all I've ever known? That's all I've ever dated? And the more I thought about it, and thought about my insistence on dating someone masculine, the more I thought about how sexuality is fluid, but not for everyone. Not for everyone. Not for me, okay? Not for me, it never has been. And the more this idea is kind of like pushed, and people are like, sexuality is fluid! I'm like, yeah, for some people, not for everybody. Yeah. So I've always dated butches, and in relationships, like the other thing is that people think, a lot of people make digs at the femme-butch dynamic. I used to do this as well, even though I've always been in those relationships. But people,
It's so true.
I know. Okay. People assume that if you're in a butch-femme relationship that it's inherently heteronormative, and it's not true. Now, are butch-femme relationships very easily heteronormative? Yeah. really easy. Like, really, it goes there really quick. And you have to just be constantly paying attention to what's happening and be seeing if you're falling into roles. In my relationships, I tend to become more agreeable, I compromise more. I just keep looking at goals.
I knew you'd be on your bullshit tonight, and you are. So, proceed.
Yeah, compromise more, I become more agreeable, and I like defer to them a lot, and I don't want to do that. You know, I want to have a relationship where I don't feel oppressed and I feel like equal to the person I'm dating. So you have to like see that happening and then go, oh no, this is happening, and then talk to them about it and say, yikes, this is happening and I don't want it to. And then you move on. And when I was younger in my relationships, I was always the crazy bitch or the slut. Because this thing happens if you're feminine in a relationship, that your emotions are just always catastrophic. No matter how catastrophic they actually are, they're treated as catastrophic. And so I still struggle with being the emotional one in my relationships. Am I emotional? Yeah. I am very emotional. But the people I date are not void of all emotions. Like, they are not emotionless, like soulless people, okay? But I feel like often they get to go through this like complicated, nuanced emotional experience. They feel anger and then sadness and then happiness, and it's all interesting and wonderful. And then I'm mad, sad, or stressed, and it's like, whoa, calm down. Do you need some help? Think you need some help? And that's one of those things where you just have to talk about it. Like, you have to be like, oh my fucking God. Like, I have to be able to have a feeling without worrying about how you're feeling, about the feeling that I'm feeling. Yeah, so Butches and I have like mainly always gotten along. When I was younger, I had a really difficult time with how often the people I was interested in were really interested in straight women. Because as a lot of us know, Butches love straight women. And when I was younger, like when I was in high school, it always made me feel like lesser than. As I got older and developed more of some kind of politics about being a queer person, then I felt like, why do these people want to date someone who has not a clue about anything about their experiences, and they're just going to use them and then leave them? Now, that doesn't always happen, but it happens often. And then I started thinking more and more about the types of issues I've dealt with in relationships, like being seen as the emotional one, my wants and needs taking a back seat to their wants and needs, and my sexual prowess being seen as like a flaw, or like I have baggage, or a threat, and then their sexual prowess being something to brag about and makes them like really cool. And then the more and more I wrestled with this, wrestled with, you know, how the people I was most attracted to were attracted to people who I thought were the like antithesis of who I was. And so I wrestled with this because I'm a writer, I'm a creative thinker, I'm a thinker, a deep thinker, and that's what we do. We wrestle with things. And then the more I thought about it, the more I thought about all of these problems I had in relationships, I finally was like, oh my God, I'm the straight woman. The straight woman. I can empathize so much with what straight women deal with in their relationships, and I thought about this a lot over the last year, and because I deal with a lot of the same. If you watch like a straight woman feminist comedian, honestly, we have a lot in common, and I don't know how to get out of this, but it's the case. So I want to close by sharing a fantasy of mine. Here's the fantasy. Here's the fantasy. All right. Four times a year, this is fantasy, 4 times a year, femmes and butches have community meetings, okay? They take place at somewhere that people have meetings like this. Like, they sit around in a circle, maybe they're at a church or a school, and they have paper, they're drinking LaCroix. The FEM meeting is led by a strong FEM. I volunteer. And the Butch meeting is led by a strong Butch, still accepting applications. And they get together and they talk about all the things that they are frustrated with about each other and all the things they like about each other. So the FEMs are like, I wish they wouldn't flip out every time we flip out because it escalates the situation very quickly that doesn't need to be escalated. And I really wish they would stop objectifying us. I know they don't all objectify us, but a lot of them objectify us, and I wish they would stop. And then the butches are like, I really wish they would stop being so condescending. Every time we are in a fight, I become the dumbest person they've ever talked to in their life. I wish that would stop happening. And then they're like, I really wish that I wish
Here it comes. What?
I wish they would also care about our feelings because we spend so much time caring about their feelings and they become so important, but we have feelings too, and I wish they would care about that. And then the FEMs are like, but when they look at me with their strong yet sensitive and soft eyes and reach out a hand for me to grab, I am taken away and just so in love. And the butches are like, and oh my gosh, they're so pretty, and they smell so good, and they're so in touch with their emotions, and I just love them so much. And then, once a year, all of the FEMs and all of the butches get together for a huge town hall meeting, and it's like a debate, okay? And the FEMs are like, this is my problem, this is my problem, this is my problem, and the butches are like, this is my problem, this is my problem, this is my problem, and they really duel it out. And then me and the strong butch make out. We make out in front of everybody, and there is so much tension and built up sexual energy, and it is electrifying. And then we start slowly over time working through our problems. And the butches stop saying that they feel demonized every time a femme has something to say, and the femmes stop saying they feel erased every time a butch has something to say, and we all just work through our shit, and it's so beautiful. Thank you.